So hey anime fan. This series name is What If Naruto Stuck in Harem with Ino. So let's start the series. Holy shit. Kyuubi grinned proudly. Naruto before was ripped from Kyuubi's rigorous training. Now Naruto who was 5 feet 8 inches grew to 5 feet 10 inches who was now shredded. Also Kit, you have a sword that can manifest when you call the name, Kami. Naruto tested this out by calling the name as the sword formed out of thin air. Naruto grinned. The sword was a katana. The guard had a fox head with glowing gold eyes. The blade had pointy edges around where the blade came out of the fox's mouth, while the back of the blade had a thin gold line running down. The handle was black with cloth wrapped around it. Kit, listen closely. This blade is not ordinary, it is unbreakable and can only be used by you or a successor of your choosing. Also Kit, the sword is already cuts through most metals, rocks, as well as jutsus, but when you focus chakra into the blade, the sword is able to destroy a person's soul. And when an enemy is killed with the blade, the soul makes the blade stronger. Wow, thank you. Also, how did you make it, Kit? When we became partners you trusted me so much to the point where you removed the seal. From there I was able to do whatever I pleased. That's all you need to know, aight. Naruto walked into the academy and decided that he had taken enough shit. Naruto walked in the class and saw Sasuke brooding and Sakura trying so hard to get a date. So Naruto walked over to Sasuke and said, "Boy, stop brooding, you give the Uchiha clan a bad name. Your dildo's just so far up your fucking ass you can't he even admit it." Sakura decided to defend her love. Naruto baka shu dash. Naruto interrupted. Naruto after saying his piece walked to where Hinata and Ino were sitting, and about to take a seat, until Sasuke charged between them. Naruto had an interesting relationship with the two. He told the two about the CRA because of him being one of the Uzumaki's left. Hinata got flustered while Naruto heard a faint whisper from Ino saying, "Daddy." Naruto explained to them both that he liked them both equally, and asked if they would help restore his clan. They eagerly agreed. As Naruto talked to his girls and was hanging out during lunchtime, Naruto was about to sit with his women, but Sasuke challenged Naruto to a spar. Naruto, who's clearly unimpressed, accepted. Ino and Hinata knew little of what Naruto was really capable of and decided just to watch. Sasuke got in his clan stance, while Naruto put one hand in his pocket and motioned for Sasuke to come at him. Sasuke rushed Naruto with a punch which Naruto ducked and countered with a sweep. Sasuke jumped while smirking, but it was short-lived because after Naruto finished the circular motion sweep, Naruto used his other leg to hook kick Sasuke's gut. As Sasuke flew into the wall with a splat. He saw Sasuke unconscious. He then turned to everyone else and warned, "Don't fuck with me, I don't care who y'all are, the only one who can beat me is me," said Naruto confidently. Sasuke, barely conscious, attempted to sucker punch from behind, but Naruto then tilted his head avoiding the strike, grabbed Sasuke's arm and judo threw him over shoulder. After that Naruto ate in peace with Ino and Hinata. Hinata then spoke. "Naruto, how much strength did you use?" Naruto looked up and thought hard. "I'd estimate hardly 5%. Ino gasped. "No way." Naruto merely nodded, then remembered something. "Oh Hinata, I updated your training schedule along with yours to Ino." "Thank you Naruto," they both said. The rest of the day was really mellow aside from Naruto getting scolded for destroying the Uchiha trash. Naruto left the academy with Ino because she lived relatively close, while Hinata had to be escorted home. As Naruto walked with Ino he activated his swag and spoke. Ino, when I gave you workouts I never gave you squats," said Naruto as he glanced at Ino's ass. Ino smirked. "See something you like Naruto?" Naruto smiled. "Oh, I see everything I like." As Naruto said this he smacked Ino's ass, resulting a resounding clap and a moan. As Naruto came to her house she sadly said, "Well, thanks for taking me home." Naruto then said, "No problem." Naruto then took his right hand and gently tilted her head up and began to make out with her. As they were in the heated makeout session, Ino gave in to Naruto as his tongue proceeded to invade her mouth. As they began to run out of breath, they broke the kiss, and a tail of saliva broke. Ino sported a major blush while Naruto grinned. "Aight Ino, see you later." Naruto began to walk home, then Kyuubi piped in, "God damn kid, good job, you have a fine mate, thanks bruh. But when I smash I'm gonna mind block you out." Kyuubi growled slightly. "Okay," the Kyuubi begrudgingly agreed. As Naruto entered the doorway he lazily changed and contemplated how easy the genin test would be. 2-day time skip. No one cares about the genin test. Naruto woke up and then began rub his eyes, then eat some ramen. He then got dressed. He put on his black combat pants, his black and yellow tank top, over that he put on a sleeveless hoodie, he had ninja shoes on. And lastly he put on his headband over his right bicep and proceeded to put on a black bandana over his mouth and nose. Naruto, after checking himself out in the mirror and thinking, "Damn, I look cool," as he was walking, Kyubi spoke up. "I kid, stop for a moment." Naruto obeyed. Kyubi continued, "Now charge chakra to your body." As Naruto did this he noticed everything was standing still, and whenever he moved his arms a gold lightning trail proceeded to follow. After a minute Naruto stopped the flow. "Neat." Kyubi then explained it. "I call that instinct mode. It is when your body uses chakra to work and react faster. However, that form can be taxing on your chakra. Luckily though you have me." As Kyubi said this Naruto laughed a little. Time skip. Team arrangements. Team 7 consists of Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Kiba Inuzuka. Your leader will be Kakashi Hatake. Team 8 has Ino Yamanaka, Hinata Hyuga, and Naruto Uzumaki. Your leader will be Kurenai Yuhi. Everyone else is basically irrelevant. Naruto smirked at his team while they just blushed. When Kurenai picked them up she told them to meet her at the swing near the academy. "Alright, now that we are here let's introduce ourselves. My name is Kurenai Yuhi. I like hanging out with Anko and Yugao. I also like to train in genjutsu. I don't like perverts, traitors and people who want to hurt the people close to me. My dream is to be a complete master at genjutsu as well as to raise a family." "Alright, you next." Ino nodded. "My name is Ino Yamanaka. I like to train, tend my family's flower shop, as well as hang put with Naruto and Hinata. My dislikes are Sasuke, perverts, traitors, and people who are ignorant. My dream is to be strong in my clan's jutsu as well as to be with Naruto more." Kurenai nodded. "You go Hinata." Hinata began. My name is Hinata Hyuga. I like to train in Gentle Fist, tend my mom's garden, and be with Naruto-kun and Ino-chan. I dislike perverts, traitors, and ignorant people like Sakura. My dream is to be strong in Gentle Fist as well as be with Naruto." Kurenai deadpanned the fact that these two girls wanted to be with Naruto and yet they weren't fighting over him. "Last but not least, you Naruto," stated Kurenai. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like training, the Kyubi who is like a father, Ino, Hinata, and Ramen. I fucking hate Sasuke and his bitch, the villagers, traitors, and the fourth Hokage. My dream is to be, I don't know really, more than a man, no more than a king, actually more like, God." Naruto got up wondering how little fucks he would give today. Once he was ready he shoe-shined there and decided to read on ceiling. Hinata and Ino came as well as Kurenai. "Team 8, your goal is to get these bells." Ino questioned this. "Sensei, there is only 2 bells. Kurenai nodded and explained, "Yes, the one who doesn't get a bell will return to the academy. Ready, begin." Everyone hid and Naruto decided to group up with Hinata and Ino. Naruto quickly explained how much shit was in the test and Hinata helped him convince Ino. Now they had a plan. With Kurenai looking for any sign of them, then saw Naruto walk out with a lazy look. Naruto then asked, "Hey, can I come at you with the intent to kill?" Kurenai responded, "You have to." With that Naruto sprinted at Kurenai and yelled, "Kami." With that Naruto's sword came to light. Kurenai threw shurikens, however Naruto literally cut through them. Then Kurenai began seals for a genjutsu, but Naruto said, "Fuck no," and charged chakra into his body. As this happened Naruto's whiskers darkened and he moved while everything was frozen in time. Naruto was right in front of her and grabbed her hand and pinned her to the ground. During that time he stopped his chakra. Naruto held a kunai to Kurenai's throat. "You're not Kurenai." The clone dispelled and Kurenai held a kwai up to Naruto's back, though was shocked when she felt her chakra points closed up, and a kunai to her neck. "Checkmate," said Ino confidently. Kurenai sighed, "You pass." As they celebrated Kurenai wanted to talk with Naruto. Naruto had "Did my clone get pinned that quickly?" Naruto had his arms crossed with his bandana over mouth showing no emotion. "Kurenai sensei, that is roughly around 5 to 10% of my power. That's all you need to know." Kurenai didn't know what to say. "Naruto, you defeated my clone with ease and you're fresh out of the academy." Naruto looked back with his hood covering his eyes. "The academy did nothing except allow me to meet my precious people. If anything, I'm fresh out of hell." Kurenai couldn't understand him at all. Because she was bored she decided to follow him. As Naruto walked away he ran into Sasuke who started his arrogant irrelevant bitching. This started a crowd to circle them. Naruto said, "Are we going to fight or what? Are you not an Uchiha?" Sasuke charged him and Naruto took the punch to the face. Sasuke started to smirk, but was in shock as Naruto grinned, "You know, bastard. Everyone says the strong bully the weak." Then Naruto grabbed Sasuke's collar with one hand and lifted him up. "From where I'm standing it just seems like the weak got stronger." Then Naruto tossed Sasuke airborne and Naruto jumped up with him. As Sasuke descended to the unforgiving surface, Naruto axe kicked Kim in the gut and last minute grabbed Sasuke's throat and slammed his head into the ground, leaving his ass knocked out. As the villagers just witnessed the last Uchiha get destroyed, Naruto looked at all of them, then at the Uchiha, and spat on him. As Naruto was walking home while still a little bit on edge, a group of drunk villagers thought it would be a good idea to kill the Kyuubi. The three walked up to him with smashed beer bottles. One stabbed at him as Naruto decided that he needed to release some stress. He said, "Kami." Naruto held the sword in a reverse grip behind his arm. The villagers still didn't get the hint. They each tried to slash and stab until Naruto did. As the blade rested in this dude's gut, Naruto quickly took out the blade, then sprinted up the still standing man and sliced downward with the blade, cleanly decapitating him. For honor, Orochi execution. From above, as Naruto looked toward them, right when they thought about running, Naruto leaped and landed on the man's shoulders. He then stabbed directly down, destroying and replacing his spine. For honor, Kensei execution, insert new spine. The last guy pissed himself and was gonna turn a corner, but ran into Naruto's blade unexpectedly. Naruto took out the blade and the man fell to his knees. Why you really are a demon." Naruto looked in disgust. "I never was, but you people made me that way." Naruto stepped to the side and beheaded the kneeling man's head. For honor, Orochi execution, kneel for me. Naruto walked away while flicking his blade to get rid of the blood. Naruto knew an Umbu saw. However, the Umbu knew it was in self-defense, so he left it alone and reported his findings to the Hokage. Naruto walked in his house thinking about his life. As he stared, he drifted to sleep. Time skip. The next day, Kurenai thought about giving them a day off, until they started training and missions, so Naruto decided to go see Hinata. Naruto walked into the compound, and received friendly greetings all around. Naruto saved Hinata from a Kumo kidnapping when she was 6 years old, so he gained mad respect. As he went into the room, she had just put on her coat. At the sight of Naruto she squealed and covered her chest with amazing speeds. "Damn, Hinata is thick. I bet I can get something out of her." Naruto walked up to her and spoke, "Hinata, don't you're beautiful. In fact." Time skip. End lemon. The next morning, Naruto woke up with a beet red Hinata. He smiled and got dressed because today they began missions. When he walked out of her room he was confronted with Hayashi. "Naruto, I wanted to speak to you regarding my daughter," said Hayashi in a fatherly manner. "I wanted to talk to you about the same thing," said Naruto with his unervingly calm demeanor. Hayashi spoke. "I know you will be taking on multiple wives as a result of the CRA. Will you marry Hinata?" Naruto grinned. "I plan to do it since I first met her in the academy," said Naruto sheepishly. Hayashi laughed at this fact. "Thank you, Naruto." As Naruto left he waved goodbye as he walked with Hinata to start their missions. Time skip. 1 week. Naruto was furious. "I am sick and tired of these mot-hucking D ranks. I old man give a homie a real mission." The Hokage laughed while Naruto, who was fuming while being held back by Ino and Hinata. Kurenai glared at Naruto for calling him old man. Naruto learned some respect. The Hokage smirked. "You want a new mission, okay? You will be escorting this man to Wave Country, so he can finish the bridge." A drunk fool, right? Then walked through the door. "You gave me these. You know what, I take it back, they actually look strong, especially the gangster in the hoodie." After meeting Tazuna they decided to leave for Wave Country at 9 a.m. the next day. Time skip. Next day, Naruto arrived with a black backpack filled with scrolls, right after Ino, Hinata, and Kurenai came with Tazuna. As they started walking, Naruto asked Tazuna, Tazuna, what's a gangster?" Tazuna explained, "Well, it's essentially a person who runs with a group who matches in colors or clothes that usually causes crime. Though it can also be someone who knows what they got to do and sticks by their code." As Naruto heard this he nodded and said, "That's actually pretty cool." As they all kept walking Naruto saw a puddle. Naruto narrowed his eyes and told Hinata to activate her Byakugan. Naruto's suspicions were confirmed. As they walked, 2 ninja sprang out of the puddle. They charged Kurenai and killed her. Ino and Hinata immediately went to guard Tazuna. Naruto ran forward and yelled, "Kami!" Naruto's sword came to light and he cut the demon brother's chain. As they separated from each other they flew forward toward Hinata and Ino, however these bitches be ready for M. Hinata took advantage of his propelled state and struck all his chakra points, then finishing his ass with a palm strike to the nose, knocking him out cold. The other brother, who was propelled, tried to cut Ino with his claw. Ino smirked and dodged it. She then him in the gut and shanked his heart with a kunai. Hinata was having adrenaline running, so she was trembling. Ino was sobbing after taking her first cool. She ran to Naruto and cried in his chest. Naruto looked down at her with sadness in his eyes and said, "Ino, it had to be done, he was going to kill you. You did the right thing." He calmed her down as he wiped her tears. Naruto then said, "Kurenai-sensei, can I torture this bastard for information?" Kurenai emerged, "Yes Naruto. Also you guys handled yourselves well, you are a very promising team." As Kurenai pulled Tazuna aside to talk about the mission, Naruto dragged the rogue Nin to a tree and tied him up. Time skip. 10 minutes later, the rogue ninja began to wake up and Naruto said, "How did you sleep?" The rogue Nin replied, "Screw you." Naruto took Kami and charged chakra over the blade, then he made small cuts on the Nin's legs. "You know this blade not only pierces your flesh, but as well as your soul," Naruto explained. Immediately after he said that the captured Nin clutched his chest feeling his soul get cut. "Now who hired you, and why did you attack Tazuna?" After a couple of blood-curdling screams, and cutting off his arms, the missing Nin began to sing like a bird. As Naruto ended his little session he killed the Nin swiftly by stomping on the ninja's face, killing him as well as leaving a fat-ass dent in the tree. Time skip. 5 minutes. Everyone was then informed about the level the mission was at, however everyone still wanted to go on. Kurenai knew Naruto's fucked up history, but this was some crazy shit. For Hinata and Ino, they knew what Naruto went through, so they knew to shut the fuck up about it. However they also knew Naruto was caring and nice to them, and knowing that made them feel safe. As they kept walking, Naruto saw a sword fly towards them. Naruto, instead of summoning Kami, stood there and caught the sword by the mot-hucking blade. After Zabuza showed himself he was scared shitless when this brat caught his sword by the blade. Luckily for Zabuza, Naruto threw it back to him. He then proceeded to rant about killing them, which to his displeasure Naruto yawned. Kurenai then offered to fight Zabuza, which Naruto pulled a little John and said, "Okay." Time skip. 10 minutes later. Listen to Ultra Instinct Remix, the first one for this fight. Kurenai got trapped in the water prison jutsu and told them to run, however the team refused. Naruto ordered Hinata and Ino to guard Tazuna as Naruto took on Zabuza. Zabuza laughed and made a clone which taunted Naruto to come at him. Naruto, wasting no time, he charged Zabuza's clone with instinct. Zabuza's eyes widened when his clone was immediately killed, and Naruto rushed him. Zabuza seized up and dispelled the water prison, leaving a painting Kurenai. Naruto then smirked as they were on the water. Zabuza rose an invisible eyebrow at this. Naruto then flashed through hand signs and yelled, "Lightning Spear." The jutsu works at the speed of light and Naruto's hand that was held out generated electricity and stabbed his shoulder. Naruto then walked forward while shorting the range of the jutsu. When Naruto was 2 feet away, Naruto was about to swing Kami and end Zabuza. However, a hunter Nin came and threw a Senbon needle at Zabuza, knocking him out. The others thought he was killed, though Naruto knew better. When the hunter Nin was going to thank them for getting Zabuza and carry him away, Naruto rushed Zabuza and slit his throat. The hunter Nin, devastated at this, went into a rage. She tried throwing Senbons, but Naruto rushed her, grabbed her by the throat. Haku thought she witnessed a god in combat as she saw his gold eyes with the fox pupils. Then Naruto brought her close to his face and stabbed her while she was 3-5 inches away from his face, while looking her dead in the eye. As her soul faded away and into his sword, then Naruto pushed her lifeless body off his sword. He then cleaned it after sealing their heads into scrolls to collect the bounty later on. Hinata, Kurenai, Tazuna and Ino were in shock. Naruto turned to look at them. "Kurenai-sensei, in terms of power this is like power walking." At this revelation their jaws dropped to the floor. After worrying and yelling at Naruto, they continued their journey to Tazuna's house. As Team 8 arrived at Tazuna's house, they met Tsunami. Tazuna introduced her. "This is my daughter Tsunami and she will be helping you with your stay." Team 8 greeted her with a smile and wave while Naruto looked at her and gave her a nod of acknowledgement. As they went inside they saw a boy run upstairs. Ino spoke up, "Who was that?" Tsunami replied, that is my son Inari, he's really nice. Hold on Inari, come down here. As Inari came down, Tsunami said, say hi to them. Inari looked at them and said, Mom, they are just gonna die. Naruto narrowed his eyes, boy, why do you believe this? Inari rose his voice, all heroes die, no one can beat Gato. Naruto simply said, okay. After getting a surprised look from everyone, he went upstairs and decided to lie down. Back with Kurenai, Inari yelled, why do you try so hard, you're all going to die. Hinata had it, because we are different, we have a strong team members as well as the best sensei, at least we are trying to get shit done, stop your bitching, and grow a pair. Everyone was shocked and Inari ran into his room crying. Then Ino decided to pipe in, wow, Naruto really rubbed off on you. Hinata, still a tad bit pissed, responded, I know, shut up. Back with Naruto, he was closing his eyes and laying on the guest bed peacefully. He spoke, hello Kurenai-sensei, Naruto, we need to talk, she said firmly. Okay, I take it it's about my past training? He asked coolly. Kurenai responded, yes. Naruto groaned, alright, sit down, this is gonna be a hell of a story. Flashback, Naruto's age, 4. Naruto had just received a beating and was bawling his eyes out with cuts from head to toe. As he had his eyes closed, he heard a deep scary voice say, boy. Naruto frantically looked around. Stop looking. Calm down, and close your eyes. Naruto followed the voice's instructions and found something that forever changed him. Naruto's mindscape. Hello boy, welcome to your mind, chuckled the Kyuubi. Naruto was taken aback. Wait, you're the Kyuubi, didn't the Hokage kill you? Kyuubi smirked. Nah kid, I'm too strong, your dad could never have done in a million years. Naruto was perplexed. Wait, you said my dad, does that mean dash? Yep, your dad was the 4th Hokage. Naruto had felt sad at this revelation, which then evolved into hate. That's why the villagers beat me, that's why no one plays with me, that's why no one adopted me, that's why I am alone, said a seething Naruto. Kyuubi spoke up, kid, I'm so sorry. How about I make it up to you by training you and make you a god among men, that is if you want to, Kyuubi offered in a sympathetic tone. Naruto's bangs covered his eyes. What do I have to do? Kyuubi grinned. See that piece of paper? Naruto nodded. Kyuubi continued, that is called a seal, it will release me. Then my full power will be at your disposal. Naruto understood and began to take the seal off, but then Minato appeared and grabbed his arm. Naruto, don't do it, pleaded Minato. Naruto looked up at his dad and the 2 words that came out of Naruto's mouth destroyed him, fuck off. Then Naruto ripped off the seal and Kyuubi busted out of his cell and swiftly killed Minato's chakra clone. Thank you kid, said Kyuubi, no problem, now what's my training schedule? Naruto inquired. Kyuubi grinned. Time skip the next day. Aight kid, you're going to do 100 punches, kicks, elbows, knees, and forearm strikes to that wooden post over there. Also let me make this clear, do each one as hard as you can. Then you're going to do 3 sets of 20 push-ups, squats, lunges, crunches, sit-ups, and calf raises. Then finally you will run around Konoha 3 times, because you're 3 years old. Kyuubi finished thinking the boy couldn't do it. Well, he did, though it took him till sundown to finish. When he made it home and collapsed on the bed with blood-red knuckles, knees, elbows, shins, and badly bruised forearms, as he slept Kyuubi healed, accelerated his muscle growth, and strengthening his bones. Kid, tomorrow we work on your chakra, he planned to himself. Present time with Naruto and Kurenai. From there Kyuubi gradually increased my training every day, so when I reached the academy I'd be Chunin level. He's basically my father. He taught me the fox style of taijutsu, as well as my elemental affinity, which is lightning, and he told me the truth about my heritage. Kurenai had no words, except, why do you hate the 4th Naruto? Sensei, you're a jounin, you should be able to figure this out, said Naruto smugly. Naruto sighed after gaining an annoyed look for Kurenai. He caused me pain, he destroyed my life, he did something I had no say in. Naruto rose his voice with every word. Kurenai was taken aback. After digesting his words she questioned, what is that ability that you used on me in Zabuza? Naruto looked up. I call it instinct mode. Kyuubi altered my genetics as a gift for completing my training, so now I move at the speed of light. I have to channel a good amount of chakra into my whole body for it to work. Luckily it has no negative feedback on my body thanks to the training. Kurenai was astonished. So in terms of power, what level are you at right now? Naruto thought aloud. I don't know Hyambu, maybe low Kage. Kurenai was beyond impressed at this point. She actually believed this kid could be the Rikudu-san Nin, though one thing still was on her mind: why are you so ruthless? Naruto gained a strong expression. The villagers saw me as a demon, I gave them a real demon. Kurenai looked a bit scared when Naruto's voice deepened with the Kyuubi's assistance. Naruto looked back as he got out and was about to leave Kurenai to process all this information. However, Hinata and Ino showed me love that I believed I would never find in anyone, well, other than Kyuubi, so thank them for preventing me from walking down an even darker path. With that said, Naruto left the room. As he went downstairs he saw Tsunami making dinner, Tazuna reading, and his women laughing amongst themselves. Naruto looked at them and smiled. Gato's hideout. Fuck. Gato screamed enraged. The ninja he hired were now dead and he was too. If this plan failed, I calm down boss, we found one more that seems stronger the others, a worried thug said bravely. Send him in. Gato demanded. Hello sir, I have heard of you requiring shinobi services. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aoi Rokusho, the man stated with the utmost respect. Gato narrowed his eyes. But he was desperate. Fuck it, here your orders are in this scroll, Gato declared. Tazuna's house, dinner time. Everyone was eating nabemono at the table. As they ate, Naruto felt uncomfortable with this atmosphere. Everyone was too lively. Excuse me Tsunami, I'm done with my food, can I leave? Tsunami looked puzzled, but thought it was fine. Sure, go ahead. Everyone was surprised as Naruto's emotionless expression exited the home. In the forest, Naruto was pissed. He was punching a tree and each punch made a deep dent. When he was finally tired he started to cry. As tears flowed down his face he thought, why couldn't my life be like that? Then he heard the bushes rustle. He said, come out Ino. As he wiped his tears, Naruto, why were you crying? Ino asked. Naruto tried to lie. I wasn't. Ino saw right through it. Don't lie to me. It's okay, you can tell me, Ino said in a sympathetic tone. Naruto's tears began to fall once more. I saw them and thought about a life I could have, but was taken from me by the fourth. As he explained, she sat down and hugged his head into her chest. After a couple of minutes Naruto calmed down. I wish no one saw me in that weak state I was in, said Naruto. Ino sighed as she cuddled with him against the tree Naruto punched. Naruto, you will never be weak, you're the strongest man I have ever met. You protect the team no matter what, you care for me, and Hinata so deeply. I love you because of it, Ino stated. Naruto smiled and deeply looked into her eyes. Can you put a genjutsu over us? She blushed deeply and nodded. After the little session Ino used a water jutsu to wash them and the clothes, then Naruto made a fire using his survival skills. As they went back Ino couldn't really walk, so she piggybacked on him while sporting a blush. When they were greeted, Ino and Naruto said hi, but immediately after went to bed. What did they do out there? Pondered Kurenai. I bet Naruto fucked Ino. They were out there for way too long, Hinata thought. Time skip. The next morning, Kurenai was running the plan with most of Team 8. Naruto is currently asleep, so I think we should defend the bridge while he rests. Sound good? The team agreed and they set out to defend the bridge. Kurenai was surveying the bridge as did Hinata and Ino. Though Kurenai's eye widened, Ino, watch out. Ino turned to defend, but it was too late. The sword of the thunder god pierced through Ino and rendered her unconscious. Hinata immediately got in the Juken stance. Who are you? I'm Aoi Rokusho, hired to kill you people, but where's your third man? He asked. Hinata and Kurenai gritted her teeth. Naruto, please get here soon. They both hoped. Tazuna's house, with Naruto. Naruto got up and yawned. Damn, Ino is good at sex, especially for her first time, he thought aloud. He was about to find his team until heard the door break, Tsunami scream, as well as Inari. When Naruto rushed outside there were two bulky men, one had Inari, while the other had Tsunami. Hey kid, don't try anything, said a thug. Naruto narrowed his eyes. Try me bitch. Naruto instantly activated instinct mode and got a kunai from the pouch on his left leg. He then walked up to the frozen thugs and stabbed them in the back of the head. After he took Inari and Tsunami out of their holds and released instinct mode, blood splattered behind the thugs and they fell lifeless. Inari cried, "Thank you Naruto, you are a hero." Tsunami also showed gratitude. "Thank you Naruto." Naruto slightly smiled and left to search for his team. The bridge, Naruto's arrival. Battle music, Sephiroth's theme. As Naruto arrived he saw Kurenai-sensei unconscious, he saw Hinata bruised and motionless, while Ino who was bleeding and knocked out. Naruto's rage boiled. Then he heard a voice, "Ah, there you are. I was wondering when you might come. I'm Aoi Rokusho, the man who will destroy you, as well as your team." Naruto tightened his fist so hard it bled. Aoi continued, "You should have seen the way I took out your blonde friend over there, pathetic little thing, didn't even see me coming, the poor bitch, your whole team will die because of you, but first I'm gonna make you suffer." Aoi froze when he saw Naruto's killing intent roll off of him. Then he saw a spike of red and gold chakra devour Naruto. As the chakra cleared, Aoi for some reason couldn't control himself and he flew at Naruto and was being choked. When the chakra dissipated, Naruto's hood was off and he had strange armor on. Naruto was wearing a fox's skull, like Six Tails mode. Naruto had fox bones over his arms and legs. The chest and back was a fox's ribcage and spine. Look up Six Tails Naruto and think of the bones over a tire with gold chakra flowing. Aoi was terrified. Naruto's bangs covered his eyes. "You better pray cause hell is too good for you." Naruto looked up, his eyes still gold except there were ripples with fox pupils. Aoi stuttered, "Rinnegan." Naruto smirked, "I'm gonna make you suffer." Naruto grabbed Aoi's head and slammed it into the ground. Then Naruto made a lightning Rasengan. He plunged it into the man's leg. However, he didn't stop there. He added more chakra and force, causing the leg to sever. Aoi tried to crawl away while on his back, but Naruto had more in store for him. Naruto summoned Kami and stabbed him in the other leg. Aoi screamed in horror as he had a rush of pain to his leg and chest. Soul damage. Naruto's fox armor had claws at the fingertips, so he began to cut at the man's stomach faster and faster with each motion. Aoi was horrified as he witnessed his upper body cut open in a bloody mess. Then Naruto took Kami out of Aoi and stabbed it in the man's forehead. Naruto's fox arm began to peel off, like Ichigo's mask in Bleach. He checked everyone's vital signs. Kurenai and Hinata were fine. However, Ino was bleeding out, though Naruto analyzed the wound and it realized it wasn't fatal. Naruto searched Ino for bandages, knowing she did. Naruto breathed out in relief when he securely wrapped her wound. He moved Ino closer to Hinata and Kurenai, so he could watch them better, then proceeded to do the same with Kurenai and Hinata. 5 minutes later Kurenai woke up. Kurenai looked around and saw Naruto staring at her with a studying gaze. It was broken when they suddenly heard clapping. Naruto and Kurenai turned. They saw Gato and his thug. "Bravo. I knew the shinobi couldn't do it, at least I don't have to pay him." He laughed. Naruto looked at him. "I have one final question for you, Gato." Gato grinned. "Ask away." Naruto smirked. "How do you want to die? By me, or them?" Naruto pointed to the army of villagers. Gato got really scared at the sight of the mob before him. Naruto then face-palmed in realization. "Oh yeah, I forgot about your thugs." After addressing the problem, Naruto walked up to the thugs and put all his strength and chakra into his fingertips. Then he snapped his fingers and said, "God Art Sound Annihilation Jutsu." The sound wave was so strong that it destroyed their ears as well as overwhelming their brain, instantly killing them. Naruto nodded in approval at a job well done. "You know what, Gato, it isn't up to you. Hey Inari, give em hell." Yeah. The mob charged Gato and began to torture him. Naruto needed to take back Kurenai, Ino and Hinata to Tazuna's. Naruto went into his mindscape. Naruto's mindscape. "Kyubi, can you come out, so you can help me carry the team home?" Kyubi smiled. "Sure kid." Real world. Naruto did a sequence of hand seals and he summoned Kyubi. When Kyubi poofed into existence, he wasn't in his fox form, but in a human form with black hair, red eyes, tan skin, standing at 6 feet 3 inches. His attire consisted of a red hoodie and black pants. "Alright, you can get Kurenai-sensei, I will get Hinata and Ino." Kyubi nodded. Kurenai didn't know the events that just transpired in front of her. First, her student kills thugs by breaking the sound barrier and he has a summoning contract. "Hey Naruto, who is this?" Kurenai asked as she piggybacked on the man. Naruto sighed. "Before you try to kill him, let me warn you, he is the Kyubi." Kurenai completely terrified of what Naruto said. "But Naruto, he killed your father." Naruto was walking with Ino and Hinata, one girl over each shoulder. Naruto stopped and said, "You are wrong, sensei, that wasn't him. He was being controlled by Madara Uchiha. Last but not least, the fourth Hokage is not my father. Kyubi is." Naruto spitted the last part with anger. Kyubi is the whole reason why I am this strong, he gave me the power to save you and the ones I love. Naruto spoke calmly. The rest of the trip was quiet. When they got to the house, Naruto laid Hinata and Ino on the bed he slept on while Kyubi put Kurenai on the couch. Kyubi and Naruto regardless had a telepathic link. Naruto suddenly looked up. Kit, we need to talk. About what? The night I increased your power I think I made a mistake, but it's a really cool mistake. What is it? Listen closely Kit, my father is the Rikudo Sennin or the Sage of the Six Paths. He had a family with the last name Otsutsuki. A majority of them had a dojutsu known as the Rinnegan. It gave them unimaginable prowess. It consisted of the Deva path, the Asura path, the human path, the animal path, the outer path, the Naraka path, and the Preta path. Each path is unique for its own abilities. I unintentionally gave you the Rinnegan by giving you a small Uchiha genetic sequence, which apparently was compatible with your Uzumaki blood. Wow, thanks for messing up. I know right, I will teach you the paths later. Go rest for now and tend to your mate. Naruto gave a nod and dispelled Kyubi. Kurenai had a puzzled look. She pondered what just happened. Were they having a conversation? Naruto walked to Kurenai who was healing Ino's wound. How are they? Naruto asked sadly. Kurenai calmed him down. They're fine. Naruto nodded. What about you? Kurenai blushed as he asked. I'm fine. Hey, why don't you go out for a bit and relax? I will tend to these two, said Kurenai, diverting his attention away from the situation. Naruto nodded in agreement, but then gave her a loving smile. She blushed and looked away. Time skipped 2 hours, night time. Naruto returned after some light training with Kyubi as well as learning the Asura path and Deva path. The man had just ate and headed back to Tazuna's. As he walked the gloomy atmosphere was happier. The bridge was complete, the people got back their money, all was well. Naruto soon found himself at the door. As he walked in he got smashed in the face by 2 pairs of breasts. As Ino and Hinata jumped him and started claiming how worried they who was on his back and suffocating struggled for air. Then Hinata and Ino realized what was wrong, got off of him. Naruto inhaled deeply. Fresh fucking air. As Naruto walked inside, Inari happily greeted him as did Tazuna and Tsunami. Kurenai smiled at the scene before her. She even saw Naruto do a full smile and laugh as Tazuna was saying random shit while drunk. Then Hinata approached her. Hey sensei, do you like Naruto? Kurenai blushed and was taken aback. She was also surprised Hinata didn't stutter. No, she said, not fooling anyone. Hinata giggled. Well sensei, if you do, Naruto needs 4 women for CRA. And Naruto can choose any women, so long as we approve them. Me and Ino think that you would be good. Kurenai was flustered. Well, does Naruto like me though? Hinata looked at Naruto then back at Kurenai. I know it's hard to tell because he hides his emotions a lot, but I believe he has a crush on you. Kurenai looked at her student. Okay, she said a bit nervously. Sensei, what do you like about Naruto? Asked Hinata quizzically. Kurenai blushed. I look how he protects those that he loves. I like his confidence. Hinata interrupted. What about physically? Kurenai blushed. Well, he's very muscular. I love those feral whiskers, and his eyes, she said, feeling a bit aroused. Little did the 2 girls know Naruto heard this as he had his arm around Ino. Naruto smirked to himself and kissed Ino on the cheek, receiving a blush from her. Time skipped 3 hours later. Everyone was asleep. Tazuna, Inari, Hinata, Tsunami, and Ino. Kurenai decided to go for a walk. As she walked out she passed Naruto and quietly closed the door. Naruto opened his eyes, clearly faking it, and went after her. He snuck up behind her. Boo, he whispered. She jumped and made a smile squeak. What are you doing out here so late? Naruto asked. Kurenai blushed. Just walking. You want to join me? Sure, Naruto replied with a big grin. As they walked Kurenai was laughing because of the stories Naruto told her about him and Kyubi. Then Naruto asked about Kurenai's past. My past was fun, but it was sad when I saw one of teammates die. Naruto saw her sad expression. Naruto hugged her and held her close. Kurenai, I am sorry that you had to go through that, but know that he lives on in you, Naruto said in a comforting tone. Kurenai's head rested on his shoulder and inhaled his masculine scent. The scent made her mind go wild with fantasies. Naruto heard her inhale his scent. He decided to return the favor. Kurenai blushed deeply, and kissed Naruto's cheek. Naruto smiled at her and captured her lips. Naruto was walking out of a store with lightning jutsu scrolls. and then he saw people bowing. One man bumped into him. "Sorry Namikaze-sama," apologized the man. Naruto burned a hole in the man's back with a glare. Naruto kept walking and then a child got his attention. "Hey mister, my mom said you're a hero, can I have your autograph?" pleaded the boy. Then the boy's mom came. "Namikaze-sama, please can my son have your autograph?" Naruto glared at her. "I am sorry kid, I shouldn't, I'm a monster, I don't want you to get hurt." The women felt a pang of guilt and started to sob, creating a scene. "Please, I know I mistreated you in the past, but please forgive me. You didn't just mistreat me, you and your fellow bitch-ass villagers tortured me. Did you tell your son that huh?" Naruto yelled as the women cried and the villagers looked down in shame. Naruto continued, "See kid, your mom's a fucking bitch. Every day I was starving, I was lonely, I was crying, every day, I was punched, kicked, stabbed, sliced, and burned. Now did your mom tell you that?" Naruto yelled. The kids started crying, the villagers were sobbing. Naruto glared at all of them. He then signed the paper and threw it on the ground. "Kid, be better than them, and learn the difference between a kunai and a scroll," said Naruto. Naruto walked off. He then went into the woods to go train with the newly acquired lightning jutsus. Training Ground 7. Naruto had learned the lightning bushin, electric fog jutsu, and the gyroscope technique. Then he sensed a familiar chakra signature. "Hey Naruto!" yelled Ino with excitement. Naruto smiled. How are you girl?" She blushed. "I'm good. Listen, I was wondering if you could get my dad's blessing right now, he really want to meet you." Naruto looked at her with a cocky smile. "Anything for my Haim." Ino blushed, then she clutched his arm between her breasts and walked there. Ino's house. As Naruto walked in the house, Kyubi warned him, "Good luck kid." Naruto mentally thanked Kyubi and saw Inoichi at the dining room table waiting for him. There was a weird silence, then Ino nervously spoke up. "So dad, this is Naruto and he's the best boyfriend ever. He has protected me and even saved my life. He loves me a lot." Inoichi raised an eyebrow. "Naruto, why should I let you date or possibly marry my daughter?" Naruto answered, "Sir, your daughter is very precious to me. She has given me something that I never had felt in my life, love. Yes, I am in the CRA. However, I love your daughter as much as the other girls." Inoichi studied the boy. "Ino, are you alright with Naruto being in the CRA?" Ino smiled. "Yeah, I don't mind." Inoichi smiled. "As long as my baby girl is happy, I'm happy. Naruto, you have my blessing." Naruto smiled. "Thank you." Naruto and Ino then said farewell to Inoichi. Ino then squealed in happiness. Ino then spoke. "Naruto, can we go to Hinata's house?" she said in a blushing tone. "Why?" Naruto asked. "Well, I want to try something new," she said while blushing immensely. "Sure," he said as he wrapped his arm around her. Konoha Bar with Kurenai and Anko. "How was Wave Kurenai?" Anko asked. Kurenai blushed. "It was interesting." Anko smirked. "It must have great considering that blush you're sporting right now." Kurenai blushed more. Anko continued to interrogate her. "So who did you do it with?" Kurenai asked. "Can you keep it a secret?" Anko nodded. "It was Naruto," said Kurenai. Anko started to fantasize. "How big was he?" Kurenai became horny at the thought of it. "He's about 8 inches and the kid is absolutely ripped. It was like God came down and hand-crafted his body." Anko grinned and nodded her head in approval. "Good for you." Hyuga compound, with Hinata. Hinata was unpacking her remaining stuff when Hayashi walked in the room. "Hinata, may I speak with you?" Hinata said seriously. "Yes, what is it father?" asked Hinata. "Well, it regards your blonde boyfriend. You see, I want to arrange a marriage between the Hyuga clan and the Uzumaki, so would you be willing to take Naruto's hand in marriage?" Hinata looked at her father, then when she finished processing the information she hugged her dad. "Thank you so much, you made me one of the happiest girls alive." After the emotional moment with her father, Hinata, more excited than ever, finished unpacking and relaxed. Then she heard a knock on the door. "Come in," she replied sweetly. Naruto and Ino filed into the room and closed the door behind them. "Naruto, how's your stamina?" asked Hinata lustfully. Naruto blushed. "God damn women, you trying to drain me dry." Ino then spoke with lust dripping for her voice. "Well, if God can't fuck 2 of his wives at once, that would be a very weak God." Naruto was a bit mad. "Okay, y'all thoughty asses are in for a real treat." Naruto left Ino and Hinata to rest. He decided to relax the rest of the day before heading home. Naruto walked until he saw a bar. "Fuck it, I could get a drink," he said aloud. As Naruto walked in the bar he noticed it was empty except there was one woman in a green jacket. Naruto walked up to a seat one down to her left. Naruto looked her up and down. So Tsunade Senju, what brings you to Konoha? She looked at him with a drunk look on her face. The Hokage wants me to help the hospital with the upcoming Chunin exams. She kept drinking. Hey, put her drinks on my tab, said Naruto to the bartender. He nodded in understanding. Tsunade looked at him with a blush. What are you playing AR? Naruto straightened up and ordered a Corona. Well, I just wanted to have a drink. But then I met a beautiful woman here all by her lonesome. Tsunade smirked. Kid, I like you. You really have a way with words. What is your name? Naruto gave her a confident smile. Naruto Uzumaki. Tsunade snapped out of her drunken state. You're Kushina and Minato's son? Naruto nodded. Tsunade smiled. You take after your father a lot, though I can tell your personality resembles your mom. Naruto took a deep chug of his beer after she said he looked like Minato. Tsunade, I have a mom and that's it. My dad ruined my life. Tsunade looked sad. Yeah, I overheard some of the villagers talking about how the Namikes made a mob cry. Naruto took a big gulp and got a bit more drunk. Their bitcheses deserved it. They made my life a living hell, and once they figured out I'm the 4th's son they come around actin' like it's all good. Tsunade looked down sadly, then looked up. On the bright side, I went to a bar with a beautiful woman and she can hold a drink down. Naruto finished. Tsunade blushed. Sorry kid, I'm a bit old for you. Naruto, in his drunken, began to bring up valid points though. Well, here's the thing. Say hypothetically speaking I were to create a seal which will let you adjust your age at will. Tsunade was in shock. There's no way you can do that. Naruto smirked. Give me a week. I am a prodigy. I make the impossible reality. And when the seal works, Naruto whispered the past part, I'm comin' for that ass. Tsunade blushed as she felt his breath against her neck, earning Naruto a small moan. Naruto then exited the bar and paid for his and her drinks. Naruto walked home a bit drunk and then started working on the seal. Hey Kyubi, Naruto called. What kit? Kyubi drowsily responded, teach me everything you know about seals. Time skip 3 days, real world time. Naruto understood what he had to do, and worked tirelessly. He began making the appropriate symbols. This seal would allow him to adjust time around an object of his choosing. It had to be applied to an object or being to work. It would also drain his chakra by 15% exactly. It would also allow them to keep their gained information as well as physical capabilities. Then after a couple more hours, he finished. Naruto rubbed his eyes. I'm fucking done. Naruto then plopped on his bed and slept for 2 days straight. Time skip, 2 days later. Naruto went to find Tsunade with the seal formula in his head. Naruto then walked in the hospital and asked the secretary, excuse me, do you know where Tsunade is? I need to discuss important business regarding the Hokage. The lady nodded, taking the full-blown lie. She then pointed, she's in the break room down the hall and to the left. Naruto followed the directions and opened the door. Luckily for them no one else was in there. Hey Tsunade. Tsunade was eating then when she saw Naruto walk in and blushed. What are you doing here? Don't tell me you finished the seal. Naruto smirked. It's ready. Naruto then walked up to Tsunade, but she stopped him. Why me? Why are you doing this? Naruto got a neutral look on his face. Because the world needs a healer like you. Also I know what it's like to have things taken away from you, so all I'm doing is giving you what you deserve. Tsunade blushed and felt like crying. Naruto had learned about Tsunade's past in the academy and he thought it was sad, but interesting. Now what age do you want to be? Naruto asked. I want to be 20, she responded with a hint of excitement. Now hold still, I'm going to have to place it on your stomach. I'm not trying to rape you like fucking Jiraiya, Naruto stated. Tsunade laughed briefly then held still. As Naruto got out his ink brush, Naruto finished the symbols and then did a sequence of hand seals, God art, eternal life jutsu. Naruto finished the hand signs and palm struck her while inputting his chakra. Tsunade felt the same. Dispel the genjutsu Tsunade, Naruto said bluntly. She gulped and dispelled it. Then she looked at her hands. Shocked she felt her face, and then ran over to the closest mirror. It worked. She then turned around to hug Naruto and sobbed. Thank you so much Naruto. Naruto hugged back and whispered in her ear. Hey, can you do me a solid and act like it's still a genjutsu? I don't want everyone begging me for immortality. Tsunade smiled. Of course. She then captured his lips. When they broke the kiss Naruto replied. No problem. She then spoke up again. I have to keep working. The Chunin exams start in 3 days, so let's go on a date tomorrow, before the Chunin exams begin, which gives us about 2 weeks. As she walked away she smirked and swayed her ass from side to side as she walked, knowing Naruto was going to look. She was right. Naruto looked and mouthed, "God damn." Then he decided to leave to check up on HAREM with Kurenai. Kurenai was in training ground 8 practicing her taijutsu. Then she saw him approaching. "Hey Naruto," she said in enthusiasm. Naruto waved. "Hey Haim, are we going to do the Chunin exams?" Kurenai nodded. "Oh yeah, you guys are more than ready, especially you Naruto, you are at Kage level." Naruto grinned at the praise. "Thank you for doing that." Naruto went into thought. Naruto looked at him. "Naruto, what's the matter?" Naruto posed the question. "Well, would you like to live forever and what age would you want to be?" Kurenai thought, "Yes, but as long as I'd be with my Naruto, also I'd want to be 21. Naruto then said, "I can do that." Kurenai rose an eyebrow. "Is this some kind of joke?" Naruto looked jokingly offended. "Kurenai-sensei, I have basically a Kage, so just trust me." Naruto then led her deep into the woods. "Why are we in here Naruto?" she asked. "Haim, I have created a seal that can make you live forever. I don't want anyone witnessing this except us and the other girls," said Naruto. She nodded. He then spoke again. "Take off your shirt." She blushed as she did what she was told. Naruto began to work on the seal on her stomach. After a couple of minutes Naruto finished. Naruto then performed the hand signs and chakra insertion. Then she looked down at herself. She was 21. "Holy shit Naruto, you're a fucking god." Naruto looked and admires herself at a nearby river. Naruto explained the seal. "Also, if you want it gone, I can easily break the seal, or if you want to be a different age, I can do that too." Kurenai was confused. "What happens when the seal breaks?" Naruto smiled. "Don't worry, you will be reverted back to the age before the sealing started." Naruto felt a bit drained. With 30% of his chakra gone, he panted. "Time to apply it to myself," Naruto thought. He did the sealing hand signs, struck his stomach where the 9 trigram seal was supposed to be. Naruto decided to have his age at 15, with now 45% of his chakra actually felt out of breath. "Naruto, you should apply the jutsu to the girls tomorrow, you look exhausted," she said. Naruto merely nodded. "Hey, would you Kurenai, would you walk to the Hokage tower with me?" "Sure," she replied happily. As they walked, Kurenai eyeballed and mentally undressed Naruto. "Wow, he's even hotter than before, he looks like he's 5'10 now." Hokage tower. Knock knock asterisk. "Come in," said the Hokage. "Hey old man, can I have the papers for my inheritance, as well as the money?" Naruto asked as he walked in with Kurenai. The old man smirked and nodded. He then handed Naruto the papers with the exact amount. He smirked. "Damn, that's a lot of money. Also, can I have my parents' house?" The Hokage nodded. "It's all yours." He threw the keys to Naruto. The Hokage asked another question. "Hey Naruto, just one more thing, who are the people you have in your harem currently?" Naruto smiled. "INO, Hinata, and Kurenai." The Hokage's face sterned as he filled out the paperwork for the Uzumaki clan. "Naruto, in order to be in CRA you need 4 or more." Naruto smirked as he brought his hand around Kurenai's waist. Kurenai blushed. "I have that covered, just wait old man." He then shoe-shined to his new home. Namikaze's compound. "Not anymore, it's Uzumaki now." Naruto smiled at the house and looked at Kurenai. "Kurenai Yuhi, I have 2 questions for you." Kurenai smiled and nodded, signaling to ask away. Naruto began. "The first one is, would you mind if Tsunade was in my harem?" Kurenai smiled. "Naruto, as long as you're happy that's completely fine." Naruto then asked the second question. "How would you like to live with me?" Kurenai smiled happily and nodded vigorously. Kurenai, excited, began to leave. "I'll go pack." She then shoe-shined away. Naruto then shuei-shined to the Hyuga compound to Hinata's room. With Hinata and INO, they were talking about Naruto and how good his sword was. Then they saw him arrive. Like wild animals they pounced him. "Hey Naruto," they said in sync. Naruto gave a small nod of acknowledgement. They giggled at this action. "Girls, I have a matter to discuss with you." Naruto then asked them to move in with him, which they agreed. He then gave them the eternal life seals. They both decided to be 15 years old for now. Naruto's reaction to their new bodies was priceless. He popped an erection as well as a nosebleed. The girls blushed before Naruto snapped out of his fantasies. Then the final question came. "Would you mind if Tsunade was in the harem?" asked Naruto. The 2 girls discussed this. "Well, if she is on board and you're happy as well as Kurenai, I'd say we are good." said Hinata. Naruto responded, "Kurina's on board. While Tsunade and I are going to go on a date." The girls giggled. Naruto began to leave because of how he was exhausted with 75% of his chakra gone. "Alright girls, I'm going home. I'll be waiting for your arrival. Tomorrow I have a date." With that said, Naruto left with a shushin back to his apartment. He then began packing up his very little food, gear, books, and clothes. Naruto woke up in his new home with his chakra replenished. He felt great. He was going on a date with a beautiful woman and had 3 other beautiful women moving in with him. The house was massive. It had a nice dining room, wide open spaced kitchen, 3 bathrooms, as well as a private onsen, and finally, there were 2 bedrooms and 3 guest rooms. Naruto got up and then went to the onsen. He set it to mixed bathing with a bit of a nosebleed, but after he relaxed, after he cooked 3 of his instant ramen cups and ate in a jiffy, he then made 3 shadow clones, 1 to train in taijutsu, the other in kenjutsu, and the third to work on chakra control to boost reserves, and 1 to fill out any Uzumaki clan paperwork. The last one spoke up, "What about me, boss?" Naruto smiled and handed the clone a piece of paper. "You will go down to this weapons shop and have this chakra cloak custom made exactly how the paper says." The clone nodded. "Got it, boss." Naruto decided with nothing better to do, he laid down and read Ika Ika Paradise. For about an hour he did this, then he got into his date outfit, which was a black suit with a dark yellow tie. Naruto's hair grew out from the eternal life jutsu more, making him look a lot like his dad. Naruto huffed, "I may have his looks, but I will never be anything like him." Naruto then headed off to meet Tsunade. He walked to the fancy restaurant that they were meeting at and saw her standing, waiting patiently. Tsunade wore the first Hokage's necklace. She had a one-piece slim-cut dress that exposed every curve she had. It had a V shape running down her chest, which also exposed a lot of cleavages, and her hair was let down. Naruto walked up to her. My, you look fine today," Naruto said smoothly. Tsunade instantly blushed when she heard this comment and saw Naruto with a grin. He then offered his hand. "Shall we?" Tsunade grabbed his hand as he found the table he had reserved. She smiled. "Naruto, thank you. This place serves one of the best dishes in Konoha." Naruto smirked. "Yes, the food is really good, however, ramen will always be my favorite." Tsunade giggled. Naruto smiled. "I'm a dead ass. You are something else, Naruto," she said, laughing a little bit more. Naruto then got a little bit serious. "Tsunade, you are aware of my clan's status, right?" She nodded positively. Naruto continued, "I need 4 wives to have the clan officially restored. I have 3 girls so far. Right now I like you, Tsunade Senju, and I want you to help me rebuild the Uzumaki clan back up from the ground." Tsunade went into thought. "Naruto, I like you a lot right now. In the brief period that I've known you, you have given me something no one else could. You understand me. I would be happy to, as I am treated with as much love as everyone else." Naruto gave her a smile that melted her heart. "I love you, Tsunade Senju." The rest of the time there they ate and chatted about what the other girls were like. Tsunade loved their personalities. After a while it got a bit late. Naruto offered to take Tsunade home to the Senju compound. They walked and talked all the way there. Tsunade even hugged Naruto's arm between her breasts, making him blush. When they arrived, Tsunade spoke. "I loved the date, Naruto." "Yeah, it was fun," Naruto responded. He inched closer to Tsunade and she did the same. Then their lips locked and broke apart. She then felt something hard pressed against his leg. "I see you got a problem there, big boy. Come inside and I can help you with that," Tsunade said seductively. She then tugged on his tie as she led him to her bedroom. Naruto woke up seeing Tsunade on his body and whispered sweetly, "Hey Tsunade." Tsunade shifted and moaned, Naruto, you really did a number on me. I don't think I can walk." Naruto chuckled. "It's okay, you don't have to." Naruto gently moved Tsunade on the other side of him and kissed her. "When you're ready, come to the compound. I will be relaxing there for today." She nodded and returned to her slumber. Naruto got up and stretched. He then got dressed and shushed back home. Uzumaki compound. When Naruto got there it was silent. He assumed the girls weren't there yet. He was wrong. He then decided to go bathe in the onsen. He undressed and went in and began relaxing. Then he heard the girls giggling as they made their way to the onsen. "Oh shit, not today please," he mentally pleaded. He thought quickly, then he slapped himself, and remembered, instinct mode. He activated it and walked right past the girls who were frozen in time, while he gave each a once-over with his eyes. He then got his clothes and went back to his room to change. With Hinata, Kurenai, and INO. They were talking about a gift that they bought Naruto. That was a good choice, right, INO? Asked Kurenai a bit unsure. Oh yeah sensei, he'll love it, he wears the color gold all the time, also the necklace would complement his eyes and current outfit really well, said INO confidently. Hinata nodded. Oh yeah, how do you guys feel about the Chunin exams tomorrow? Asked Kurenai. They both got excited, nodded furiously. Hinata spoke. My ninjutsu is Chunin, my taijutsu is Jounin, and my genjutsu is Chunin, said Hinata with confidence. INO then smiled and spoke. My taijutsu is Chunin as well as my genjutsu, my ninjutsu is Jounin. Kurenai smiled happily at her students. With Naruto. Naruto had changed and was laying down when he heard a knock on the door. Naruto went to go get it. He opened it to see Tsunade with a backpack filled with scrolls. Hey Tsunade, welcome to your new home, he said with excitement as he kissed her. Let me show you around. Naruto showed her the kitchen, the bathrooms, he told her about the private onsen and the bedrooms. Naruto, where should I put my stuff? Tsunade asked. Well, put your clothes in the guest room, anything you want to bring can come to our room. Tsunade smiled and did just that. When she went to go put her personal belongings in the main bedroom she was in shock. The bed was huge. Wow, this can hold more than 4 people. With Tsunade. Tsunade decided to relax in the onsen. Once she was ready she went in and greeted the other girls. They all started talking about Naruto and his gift. An hour later they got out with their fresh clothes on and found Naruto meditating. Then he spoke. Ladies, I made dinner, it is ready on the table, I already ate so feel free to enjoy. They were all a bit surprised when he knew they were there, then they smiled and left to go eat. Naruto opened his and thought, damn, I'm lucky. Time skip. Next day, first part of the Chunin exams. Naruto walked confidently with his team to the first portion. He then noticed the amount of outraged genin as well as the genjutsu over the room number. He smirked, then INO and Hinata understood the purpose. They decided to lay low. When they were allowed and they saw the different teams, Naruto smiled. This will be fun. Hinata agreed. We are gonna fuck shit up. INO laughed. Naruto is rubbing off on you. Hinata pouted. Then they saw Kiba's team approach. Hey Naruto, I'm surprised they let you in, even with those weird ass eyes, thinking you look cool. Knowing you, you're probably just gonna fail. Then I'll take Hinata for myself. Naruto was about to say something, then Hinata interrupted. Listen here bitch, the only thing you will ever own is that stupid mutt. You have no balls, and no sense of pride. Naruto wiped the floor with you at the academy, we can do it again by 10-fold. One more thing, Kiba, Naruto will forever be my boyfriend, there is no you. Kiba growled at that knowledge. Hinata just spit while INO was laughing. Naruto went up to Hinata and kissed her on the cheek. Kiba was about to say something else. Then a guy with white hair and glasses walked up. You guys should keep calm, it's best so you can actually survive the exams. Naruto, who usually is quiet, felt threatened by this man's presence. He glared and slowly asked, who the fuck are you? Kabuto was put on edge. Have I been compromised? My name is Kabuto, he said in a friendly tone. Naruto looked deeper into his eyes. Have you taken the exams before? Kabuto quietly tried to swallow and nodded. How many times? Naruto persisted. 7 times, he said, trying to act sad. God damn, you suck. Yo, whose men is dis? Hinata and INO laughed. Kabuto was seething on the inside even though he was undercover. He then got an idea. Hey, would any of you guys like to see some of my ninja info cards? Sasuke piped in. Show me Naruto Namikaze. Kabuto began reading, though Naruto's eyes widened when he got to the stronger powers. When he said, Bijou Slayer form, he instantly took the cards and burned them. Kabuto chuckled nervously. Then a sound ninja by the name of Dosu charged and tried to attack Kabuto. Dosu's punch missed, but the gauntlet shot sound waves that knocked Kabuto back and caused his ears to bleed. Team 8 knew what that kind of attack was. All of a sudden Ibiki appeared with a shushing, take a seat maggots. Time skip, I'm lazy. 10th question. Naruto had answered all the questions. This was too easy, however, it wasn't genin level. He knew the purpose was to cheat. He sat with his team and was able to relay what they found. When time ran out, then Ibiki explained the ultimatum with the 10th question. Naruto just shrugged at this, knowing it was bullshit. Hinata and INO also were quick to figure it out. The people who wanted to leave left while the people who took the question passed. Anko jumped in right when Ibiki was explaining the test. She then called him out for leaving so many teams alive. She then led them out to the forest of fucking death. Time skip, forest of death. When they got there, Anko had them sign the waiver saying Konoha was not responsible for their safety. She then explained the rules, and how they were going to be in there for 3 days. Naruto yawned as other kids asked stupid questions. Then Anko threw a kunai at him. Everyone thought it was going to hit Naruto. But then everyone shitted themselves when they saw Naruto turn his head and catch it with his teeth. Anko was thrown off, but then regained her composure and got behind him and held a kunai to his back. "It's the cocky ones that die first," she said with killing intent. Then Naruto laughed. "Check yourself," said the shadow clone before it dispelled. Then she felt the same kunai she had thrown against her back. "Before you wreck yourself, finish the real Naruto." Anko was pissed at this while Naruto had a cocky grin. Everyone else sweat dropped and mentally thought, "We are so fucked." Anko then finished explaining the exam and gave Tram 8 a heaven scroll. After that, the second part of the exams was underway. Naruto dashed with Hinata and Ino. "Ino, you take the center, Hinata you scout in the front, I while being in the back." They nodded a silent yes. As they dashed through the forest, Naruto then without warning threw a kunai at the tree to the right of them. Hinata and Ino looked at the tree to see a squad of hidden rain ninja come out. Naruto called each of his team's targets. "Ino take center, I got right, Hinata takes left." With Naruto, the hidden rain nin spoke cockily, "You and those bitches will die very painfully." Naruto was smirking at first, then he was pissed at the remark of his wives. Naruto put up his right hand and said, "Almighty pull." The hidden rain ninja was terrified as Naruto grabbed his neck and slammed his ass on the ground. Naruto grabbed 4 kunai and stabbed one into each arm and leg. The nin screamed. Naruto then used his Azura path and his left hand transformed into a cannon. Naruto pointed it at his leg and said slowly, "Fuck." He shot the beam severing the nin's leg. The boy screamed in agony. Naruto pointed the gun at his chest and continued, "You," as he made a hole in the nin's chest. The nin was crying at this point. Naruto then pointed the gun at his victim's head and finished, "Cunt." With that said, Naruto fired and burned a hole in the nin's head. Naruto decided not to waste any time. He reverted his back to normal. He searched the nin, but found no scroll. He decided to regroup and support his team. With Ino, Ino wasted no time and did the water bullet jutsu. Her opponent jumped, though she read his ass like a book. While he was airborne, Ino jumped at him and used her momentum to slam him into a tree. Ino then stabbed him in the heart while he was shocked by the rush. Ino then removed the kunai from the corpse and searched him. Lucky for them, she found an earth scroll. She jumped in excitement and soon saw Naruto join her. He grinned, "Let's go get Hinata." Naruto nodded in agreement. With Hinata, Hinata decided to mess with her opponent's head a bit. She sprinted directly at him. He thought this would be an easy win, so he pulled out his kunai and when she got into his range and slashed horizontally. Hinata then slid on her knees and bent backward dodging the blade. She immediately grabbed his right leg and used it as an anchor to swing her body around to kick out his left leg. The nin in his mind knew he had fucked up putting all his hope into that one strike. Hinata took out his legs. The rain in fell on his back. Hinata then, seeing her chance at the nin, was in shock, took his hand that had the kunai and stabbed it into him, the nin in the heart killing him. Hinata began to search the nin until Naruto came to her and spoke. "We got what we need, let's go." Ino then piped up, "Wait, can't you just shushin us there or use instinct mode?" Naruto facepalms realizing how dumb he was. "Let's shushing, grab onto me." They did as they were told and then they were at the tower. When they got inside they opened the scroll and Irika popped out. "What the fuck? How did you get here so fast? It's the first day." The two girls grinned and pointed to Naruto while Naruto smiled at Irika. Irika then congratulated them after getting over his initial shock. He then shushined out after telling them to rest at the tower for the next 2 days and relax. Naruto laid down in the bedroom they were assigned. It had 3 beds and a bathroom. The beds had spacing in between them. Naruto wasn't having this, so Naruto pushed the beds together. Ino and Hinata saw this, which caused them to blush. Naruto then took off his clothes and laid down in his underwear and relaxed in the middle bed. Hinata and Ino smirked sexily at him. Hinata then locked the door as Ino undressed into her bra and panty. Hinata did the same. Ino laid on Naruto's left side while Hinata on his right. They both clutched one arm between their assets. Naruto looked at both of them, lovingly and lust-filled smile. Time skip. Preliminaries. Naruto hung out with the girls for the rest of the time, then it was time for the next portion of the exam. The remaining people lined up and were attentive as the aged Hokage spoke. So many teams passed the second phase of the exam that we have to have preliminaries. You will be allowed to kill in this portion of the exam. Please raise your hand if you would like to withdraw. No one raised their hand. Suddenly Kabuto raised his hand. Would like to withdraw. Hokage, same. Naruto glared at the kid in suspicion. With that said, Kabuto left the stadium. Now go up to the stands and the board will display your matchups randomly, the Hokage stated. Everyone went up and watched the board anxiously. Sasuke vs Yoroi. Sasuke wrecks Yoroi with Lion's Barrage and boosts his ego. Naruto just looks at him unimpressed like he's a waste of space. Shino vs Zaku. Shino destroyed Zaku's and his arms. At this Naruto laughed and yelled, "Zaku, you're trash." Shino under his mask was laughing a shit ton. Kankuro vs Tsurugi. Kankuro uses his weird-ass puppets to dispatch of Tsurugi. Ino and Hinata held on to Naruto because of how creeped out they were of the puppet. Sakura vs Ino. Ino let go of Naruto. Naruto then said to Ino, "You're gonna tear it up, girl, you got this. Go fuck it up." Ino blushed at the motivation and nodded with confidence. Ino vaulted the rails and hopped down. Sakura looked at Ino. "Get ready to lose, Ino. I have gotten stronger." Ino gave her a sideways glance. "Real or have the emo and must get stronger and you just get carried." This pissed off Sakura. "I'll show you." Heiate began the match. Hajime. Sakura was expecting Ino to go for her clan jutsu, but she was wrong. Ino rushed her. Sakura shocked at this assault and the killer intent rolling off of Ino. She unconsciously tensed up. Ino then jumped, spun in midair, and as her body came around she did a hook kick to Sakura's face. Sakura blocked it, but the sheer force of the kick knocked her to the ground. Sakura, who was stunned by the amount of strength Ino had got up, then Ino took advantage of her weakened state. She went through hand seals, water style, water bullet jutsu, said Ino in her head. The bullets were speeding toward Sakura. Sakura was late to react and her legs got, when it impacted the bullets broke Sakura's legs. This caused Sakura to scream like the banshee she is. Proctor, she is unable to move and can't continue the match. Call it. Heiate called the match. Heiate raised his hand in Ino's direction. Ino Yamanaka wins. Tenten vs Temari. Naruto watched as Temari wiped the floor with Tenten. Naruto nodded approvingly. "She's pretty strong, but not as strong as my times." His girls were slightly jealous of Temari, but those emotions immediately disperse after his compliment. Shikamaru vs Kin. Naruto watched as Shikamaru dispatched of Kin with pure laziness and strategy. Naruto laughed as she smacked her head against the wall. Hinata giggled while Ino facepalmed at Kin's stupidity. Naruto vs Kiba. Naruto looked at the board eagerly as he waited for the next names to show, and then it did. Naruto saw his name and flashed an eager smile. His smile only grew as he saw Kiba's name. Naruto vaulted the railing and landed with ease. He then put on his bandana over his mouth and nose. Kiba hopped the rails as well then spoke. "Get ready, Naruto, cause I'm gonna fuck you up and take Hinata." Naruto quirked an eyebrow. "Kiba, you talk a lot of shit. How about this? Whoever wins will get bragging rights while the loser will have to take it. As for Hinata, she made her choice, she will never your bitch." Kiba growled. Akamaru barked. Heiate commenced the match. Akamaru and Kiba assaulted Naruto. Akamaru leapt up and bit Naruto's arm. However, this didn't go well for Akamaru. Akamaru winced and began crying to everyone's shock. Naruto warned Kibax, "Hey Kiba, you might want to check on Akamaru. I mean, he broke his fangs so." Kiba checked on Akamaru, then Kiba was filled with rage. "I'll kill you." Naruto walked forward and made a lightning Rasengan in his right hand. Up in the stands Kakashi was in shock. "That's the Rasengan. He actually learned that?" Kiba jumped and tried to punch Naruto, though Naruto moved to Kiba's left side and slammed the Rasengan into his gut. Kiba flew up into the air and Naruto jumped in the air with him. Then Naruto grabbed Kiba by the leg and head. Then everyone was in shock when Naruto ended and kneed Kiba right in the center of his. When they landed, they all heard a sickening crack. Naruto then squat next to Kiba's head. "Kiba, don't you ever fuck with me. I am a motherfucking G. You harass Hinata or any of my other wives, it won't be your back that breaks." Kiba was destroyed on the inside. Kakashi was seething at what Naruto did. Everyone was on edge about Naruto after except his harem, who was loving and supporting till the end. Naruto went back up after Heiate called the match. he was kissed and congratulated by Ino and Hinata. Then Naruto saw Kurenai and kissed her on the cheek. She blushed at this action. I saw some of your matches. Sorry I came a bit late, Naruto responded, but then it became a whisper, it's fine, but you will definitely come later won't you? At this statement Kurenai blushed, her legs buckled, and she began to fidget. Naruto smirked and kissed her on the lips. Kakashi, Guy, and Asuma were shocked as were the other genin. Then everyone turned their attention to the board. Then Hinata gave an evil smirk as it landed on her name and Niji's. I'm gonna fuck him up so hard, Naruto said. Good luck, as he kissed her. She smiled and walked down the steps as she gave a sickening smile to Niji who glared at her. Niji taunted Hinata. Fate has declared me the winner. Hinata forfeit now. Hinata crossed her arms. Are you really that afraid to fight me Niji? Huh. Are you afraid I'll fuck you up, and your main bitch Fate? Niji seethed. Hey-8 spoke up. Let the match begin. Hinata rushed him and went for a palm to the face. Niji smirked believing he could block it. Then Hinata faked it and slid for his legs. She crossed her legs around Niji's and slammed him on the ground. Niji tried to recover, but Hinata did juken strikes to his legs immobilizing him. Niji winced. Then Hinata grabbed him by the hair and turned him around. She then palm struck his nose, kneed him in the face and threw him on the ground. Hinata knew the fight was over. She then rubbed some salt in the wound. Fate's my bitch now Niji. The proctor then called the match and held up his hand toward Hinata. Hinata wins. Naruto walked up to her. Good job baby, you got really strong since the academy. She nodded confidently. Lee vs Gaara. Naruto watched as Lee was badly injured and looked at Lee with sadness. Fuck you Gaara. The others looked at Gaara then Naruto and began talking shit. Naruto's ears picked up their chatter. He is just like that one kid. I think Naruto was his name. He's a demon just like that kid. Naruto heard this and began squeezing the railing. As Naruto heard more he squeezed the railing so tight he crushed the bar. Kurenai and Ino hugged him. Kurenai spoke softly. Naruto, don't listen to them. You are who you are and we love you for that. You are more of a man than they will ever be. Naruto said thank you but he kept looking on. Kakashi saw this interaction through his eyes widened when he saw the crushed bar where Naruto had his hands. He then decided to check on Kiba. Chuji vs Dozu. Naruto didn't pay attention to Chuji while the girls studied him with worry. With the last match ending, the winners went down while Kurenai decided to head home. Kabuto vs Kakashi. Irrelevant, look it up on YouTube. The Hokage congratulated the winners then they all chose a number. Naruto would go against Gaara and Sasuke at once while Ino would go against Hinata and vice versa. The Hokage then announced that it was a month from now, so they had plenty of time to train. When the Hokage finished Naruto walked off with his girls. So Naruto, can you train us? Naruto still a bit sad said. Hinata, work with Kurenai and Ino. You should work with Tsunade. You need to train what you're weak at. Also Ino, if Tsunade says she won't cause she's lazy, say I'll have sex first thing when I get home. Ino blushed at this and said, okay, what will you do for the exams? Naruto looked at her. You will have to wait and see like everyone else. I am sorry I can't train you both. But it wouldn't make it a good match. He then grabbed around their waists and did a sealless shushin home. When he got home he went to his bed and took off his bandana as well as his clothes leaving him in his boxers. He looked at himself in the mirror in deep thought. His gold Rinnegan was staring back as if it was trying to read him. Naruto decided to lay back down. Then Kurenai, Ino, Tsunade, and Hinata walked in and Ino spoke. Hey Naruto, we got you a gift when you before and we were going to give it to you later. But seeing you in this state we just want to lift up your spirits. Naruto looked to see Tsunade holding a box and took it slowly. As he opened it he smiled. This is the coolest necklace ever. He said this as he put it on. The necklace had one gold talon in the center and 3 more on both sides. It looks like Killmonger's golden jaguar necklace. Naruto woke up the Kyuubi after. I Fox, I must keep training. Teach me the other paths. It would be my pleasure kid. But there was one last thing I forgot to mention. The Rinnegan grants the user access to all chakra natures. Naruto heard this and began to giggle. Oh, this will be cool. Kyuubi spoke again. I will give you the rest of the paths. Is there anything else you want before I go to bed again? After telling you what to do, Naruto grinned and rubbed the back of his head. Could you give my sword the Sharingan's abilities? Kyuubi looked curiously at him. Which ones? Naruto thought, can you give the sword a Kamui ability as well as Amaterasu flames? Kyuubi grinned. Sounds like a badass sword. How do you want the Kamui to work? Naruto contemplated this. I want to be able to go into the pocket dimension as well as the other dimension, and before you ask, the Amaterasu, I want flame control. I want to be able to slash or throw the flames with the sword. Kyubi smirked. Son of a bitch, I'll get to work right away. Naruto put in his final 2 cents. Also make me an Umbu Fox mask that can be manifested out of the air like Kami, and the colors, you should know that. Kyubi smiled and got working after explaining the paths. Naruto then wrote a note that he was going on a training trip to another dimension, but before he left he got his new cloak he was going to show off in the exams. The girls were a bit sad at his sudden leave, but they survived. Time skip, day of the Chunin exams tournament. Hinata vs Ino. Hinata and Ino walked down to the arena as everyone watched. Tsunade and Kurenai were wondering where Naruto was at the moment. A different announcer came with a senbon in his mouth. He began announcing the rules after the crowd grew quiet. The rules are simple, you may knock out or kill your opponent if they forfeit. The match is over, anything goes. As for the audience, view at your discretion. With that being said, begin. Hinata and Ino dashed forward. Ino threw a chakra-induced punch to the ground causing the rocks to crack and Hinata to be thrown off, though Hinata was ready when Ino pressed the assault. Ino came in with a right cross. Hinata redirected the punch to her right and threw a palm strike to Ino's stomach, knocking the wind out of her. Ino quickly grabbed Hinata's hand and twisted it clockwise and put Hinata on the ground. Hinata used her free hand to grab Ino's shirt and shoulder, throw her, though felt a lot of pain because Ino still had her arm. Hinata got up and held her arm. She did one-handed seals. Wind-style great breakthrough. Ino was blown back and Hinata then popped her arm back into place. Ino then got up and dusted herself, then Ino's eyes widened when she found herself bound against a tree. Genjutsu. Hinata walked up to her and slashed at her with the kunai. Outside of the genjutsu, Ino collapsed and Hinata had won. Ino then was woken up in the stands as she was getting healed by Tsunade. They decided to watch the rest of the battles. Shino vs Kankuro. Canon. Temari vs Shikamaru. Again canon. Naruto's 3-way battle royale. Music, Burn It All, from Black Panther. Everyone was waiting. Gaara was ready as well as Sasuke. The Genma was thinking about calling it when everyone looked at a vertical cut in the air, then it opened. A man came out with black pants, black ninja sandals. He had long sleeves. It was black with a yellow lightning bolt pattern. He wore a sleeveless hoodie over it that was black. He wore fingerless combat gloves with yellow markings on the knuckles as well as the back of the hand. He had a trench coat on that burned itself into the minds of Konoha's people. The trench coat was all black with yellow Amaterasu flames licking the bottom. The back had the 9 gold tomatoes the Rikudo Sennin had on his back. The sleeves were big and had a thick gold ring around the ends with a gold fox head on each shoulder. Then to put the icing on the cake, Naruto wore a white and fox mask with yellow markings going down the cheeks with the Rikudo Sennin circle on the forehead while still sporting the necklace his harem gave him. Genma looked at him in a bit of fear as the masked man walked out with visible lightning radiating off the man. Then Naruto's mask disappeared without him touching it, which shocked everybody. Naruto looked at Genma. Let's get this show on the road. Genma nodded as Murmur was in the stands. Ready, begin. Sasuke and Gaara were mainly threatened by Naruto's presence, so they both rushed him. Sasuke had activated his Sharingan and engaged Naruto in taijutsu. Sasuke threw a kick. Naruto blocked and grabbed his leg. Then he threw him high into the sky. As Sasuke was falling, Gaara had launched his sand at Naruto. Naruto quickly summoned Kami in his mask. He then channeled fire chakra into the blade. His blade grew to be a dark black with Amaterasu flames emanating off of it. Naruto then dodged the sand while driving his sword into it. At first everyone was confused but realized soon after what he was doing. The sword was so hot it was changing the sand into glass. Gaara began to scream in rage. Naruto shrugged and looked up as he saw Sasuke falling down with a Chidori in his right hand. Naruto dodged the Chidori. Then everything seemed to go in slow motion as Naruto whispered in Sasuke's ear as he put up his free hand, "Almighty, fucking, push." Sasuke was blasted into the wall, leaving spider web cracks in the wall. Naruto then turned to see Gaara coming at him. Naruto began turning more of his sand into glass. Then Naruto began advancing closer. Naruto then got so close he pressed the white-hot blade against Gaara's sand armor. Gaara screamed as he began feeling the heat on his body. When Gaara jumped back, the crowd was in shock to see fourth-degree burns along Gaara's chest along with his shirt destroyed. Naruto then dispelled his sword. Gaara was enraged. Naruto held up his hand and motioned for Gaara to come at him as Naruto dispelled half of his mask to reveal his gold Rinnegan's glaring daggers inside Gaara. Shikaku was scared shitless, so Gaara had his remaining sand form an orb around him. Sasuke got up and Naruto turned to him. Sasuke seethed at the superior shinobi. What the fuck even are you? Naruto smiled and dispelled the rest of the mask. I am the motherfucking god of shinobi. Naruto then walked up to Sasuke. Forfeit the exams or forfeit your life. Chose, little bitch. Sasuke lost it and threw a sloppy punch. Naruto grabbed his fist and twisted Sasuke's hand after breaking his knuckles with ease. Sasuke screamed as Naruto twisted his arm. Sasuke was even forced to kneel. Last chance, forfeit cunt, Naruto said as he looked down at the vulnerable Uchiha. Sasuke gulped and yelled, I forfeit. Genma escorted Sasuke to the hospital. Naruto then looked at the new Gaara that had emerged with half of his body similar to Shikaku. Naruto put up a hand sign and his fox mask reappeared before anything else happened. Gaara left and feathers began to fall amongst the stadium. Naruto dispelled the genjutsu and ran after Gaara. But suddenly Baki got in his way. Genma then put a hand on Naruto's chest. Go after Gaara, you are more than a match for him. Naruto took the praise and ran after him as Genma fought Baki. Forest. Naruto instantly appeared in front of Gaara and slapped him with the back of his hand. Gaara got madder by the second. Temari and Kankuro arrived to stop Naruto. Naruto gave them a sideways glance. Sit your asses down. Kankuro got scared of Naruto. Temari was kind of turned on by the dominance Naruto established. Naruto then saw Shikaku appear in his true form. Naruto smiled and went through seals and at last his hand struck the ground and a seal was printed onto the ground. There was a lot of shocks when both sides witnessed the Kyuubi summoned. Kyuubi grinned as he stretched his legs. Shikaku was scared, but seeing his older brother made it worse. Konoha shinobi were frozen as they stared at the Bijus and were in awe as they saw Naruto on the Nine-Tails head. Kyuubi ran at Shikaku and slashed at him. Shikaku dodged the slash and attempted to retaliate with a slash of his own. The attack was thwarted when he witnessed his entire arm cut off by Naruto. Kyuubi noticed Shikaku's shock and pinned him down. Naruto landed on Kyuubi's head. Kyuubi give him a tailed beast bomb. The Biju smiled and raised his head up as he charged the chakra. Then Naruto flipped off the sand Biju as Kyuubi blasted the beast. Naruto got off of the Kyuubi to see Gaara in a big crater. Naruto got an idea and made a shadow clone. Take him to Tsunade and explain the plan to her. The clone nodded as he took Gaara's unconscious body away. Kage box. Meanwhile, Naruto got back onto Kyuubi. Kyuubi goes to that box that's on top of the stadium. I think the third needs help. Kyuubi nodded. Aight kid. Kyuubi jumped over the wall and landed causing quakes in the Konoha. Try to break the jutsu Kyuubi. Kyuubi nodded and slashed at it. Naruto seethed as the barrier held. Okay. Option 2, Naruto said a bit irritated. Kyuubi nodded and charged a tailed beast bomb. The Umbu who were peering into the jutsu got away quickly as they saw the energy getting gathered. Then the jutsu was released, the barrier broke and Orochimaru was pissed. The Sound 4 came to confront Naruto, however Naruto was done playing around. Naruto summoned Kami and Orochimaru blinked only to see his strongest guards all have their heads severed from their bodies. Orochimaru was pissed. Naruto grinned as he walked up to Orochimaru. Fight me bitch. Hokage-same go with the Umbu. The Hokage gave a nod as the Umbu escorted him away. Orochimaru glared daggers at Naruto while Naruto remained unimpressed. Naruto then ran with Kami in his right hand and slashed at Orochimaru. Orochimaru blocked the slash and jumped back. He then summoned two coffins. Naruto laughed at Orochimaru's effort at trying to kill him. Naruto watched as the first and second Hokage emerged. Both Kage of old were shocked to see a boy and the Kyuubi fighting side by side, though listened as they were curious as to why the boy seemed to be suddenly amused. Naruto laughed. Oh man, at first I thought this is gonna be easy, but now I'm gonna wipe the Shinigami's ass with you. Orochimaru was confused. Naruto went through hand seals Shinra Tensei. Soon the first and second Hokage was brought back to life. Orochimaru was astonished the fact that the strongest Senjus were actually alive. Naruto smiled. Orochimaru was nervous. He tried to command the wages to attack Naruto, but they didn't budge. Look pedo, they are free and alive. Also I forgot to mention your jutsu is useless against me. Orochimaru silently cursed under his breath as he forgot about the damned eyes Naruto bore. Tobirama and Hashirama were confused. How did we get here? How are we alive? Naruto grinned. Both of you are here because of this traitor Sannin who summoned you to kill the third Hokage. I merely countered his jutsu by actually bringing you back to life, so he wouldn't have control over you too. Hashirama and Tobirama both glared at Orochimaru while giving Naruto a nod of understanding. Naruto, along with the first and second Hokage, assaulted Orochimaru. The second teleported behind Orochimaru and held him in place. Hashirama then used a wood just to impale and bind Orochimaru. The snake Sannin could hardly keep up with the turn of events. As he felt a surge of pain from the wood piercing through him, he shitted himself when he saw two Rinnegan eyes with malice-filled glares. Naruto then unsheathed Kami and put chakra into the sword, resulting in the blade to bloom with Amaterasu flames and its soul-cutting properties. Naruto then activated instinct mode as this was happening. Think of Raider's slow-motion cuts from Metal Gear Rising. Naruto then slashed diagonally upward to the right side of his chest. After he slashed in a symmetrical manner similar to the first strike, Naruto then cut horizontally across his chest, and finished with a vertical downward strike right down the middle of Orochimaru. Orochimaru was now in literal pieces, though knowing he was gonna resurrect Naruto knew how to finish him for good. Naruto yelled, "Lord first, second, move out of the way. Kyuubi-tailed beast, bomb his ass now." Kyuubi charged up as Naruto jumped on his head. "You can swallow a scroll, so try and swallow this," Naruto stated in a calm manner. An explosion erupted, destroying a large portion of the arena as well as the Kage box. The first and second were impressed but knew they had to address some matters with the boy. "Hey kid, I am way beyond impressed with your skills, but I believe it was the wrong choice bringing us back to life. Me and Hashirama know the world has moved on and so have we, so please send us back to the afterlife," stated Tobirama. Naruto, shocked but an understanding of the situation, agreed. Naruto then swiftly put a kunai in both of their necks and watched as their body fell to the ground. Naruto then put back their bodies in the coffins. Naruto then allowed the Kyuubi to dispel. Time skip. 1 week. Naruto was at the Hokage's office along with Ino and Hinata. The third smiled as he gave Ino a vest. "Ino, you showed tremendous ninjutsu and strategy during the Chunin exams as well as during the invasion. With that being said, I promote you to Chunin." Ino fist pumped the air and bowed happily to the aged Kage. He then turned to Hinata and gave her a vest. "Hinata, your taijutsu style was different but deadly. You are one of the best taijutsu users this generation has to offer." Hinata gave a Cheshire cat smile and bowed happily. The Kage then looked at Naruto. "Naruto, I am forever in your debt. You saved me from one of my own monsters I created. You diverted an invasion involving a Jinchuriki as well as a Sannin. Your levels of skill in all categories were on a level the elemental nations has yet to fully experience. With that being said, the three of you come with me." The three teens were led into the council room. Both shinobi heads as well as civilians. Everyone was chatting until the Hokage silenced their asses. "We all know I am too old for this job," said the Kage. "This invasion proved that Alphamore. We need a new Kage, and I know just the person." The shinobi and civilian council were in another uproar of who should be the next Kage. "Shut the fuck up, I am talking." Everyone went quiet. "My choice of a Kage is the boy who saved me in our precious village, Naruto." Everyone was quiet. Naruto was a bit shocked. Then all hell blew loose when a civilian decided to grow a pair. "He is a fox demon, he can't be trusted. If he released the nine-tailed fox on us he will kill us all." Naruto decided to answer. "Excuse me, sir, if I wanted to kill you all would be nothing but a memory. Also, don't you wonder why Kyuubi didn't destroy the village, you dumbass? He saved you all and because of him a lot of shinobi can live another day." The civilian shut up instantly. Then Chibi Oberame made a point. "You're a bit young to be a Kage, why should you be given the job?" Naruto gave a cocky smile. "Because I want to change this village for the better. Konoha has seen glory days, but we don't have enough of them. I will make Konoha stronger and make it so the will of fire burns bright in everyone." The shinobis were quiet, then they began nodding in approval. Then Sakura's mom piped in. "What would you do for the civilian council?" Naruto narrowed his eyes. "Would display the corrupt bullshit that it is." The civilians gasped as Naruto continued. "You see, realize this, Sarutobi was getting soft. But don't think you can get a free pass just cause I am a kid. I will fuck your shit up real quick. Hey Danzo. Danzo stares at Naruto. I'm talking about you and your little root bitches. Danzo seethed nervously at the boy's knowledge. Everyone was either content with Naruto or scared shitless to the point where they felt obligated to support Naruto. Time skip, another fucking week. The Uzumaki household was bustling with excitement. The four girls put on their kimonos. Ino's equals purple, Kurenai equals ruby red, Tsunade's equals jade, Hinata's equals dark blue. Then they all began to leave for the Hokage Tower. Hokage Tower with Naruto. Naruto had on his attire from the Chunin exams, except he wasn't wearing his fox mask. People had gathered around the Hokage Tower to witness the new Hokage, as everything started moving in slow motion for Naruto. Not because of his speed, but the power he had attained. One thought remained in his mind: all hail the king.